one of the things that we're going to try to do on this one, which I think is, you know, is that like, the porch is not original, and yet there is out of it. Because when you get involved in this, you can see by what they tried to do here, you get this roof situation where it's going to leak within, you know, it's going to leak very, very soon. So basically what we've done over there is we pull the porch always under the roof form. And when you pull it under the roof form, then you can get a much cleaner kind of situation with the void and the solid and everything here. And you know, the windows up above are no problem. The windows down below we don't have. Oh, that's okay. Original size window. Then you can look at where they had put a smaller window. And now ultimately we'll come back and we'll replace it with the original size window. And the good thing about it is we can come back and we can duplicate, since it was a very simple trim kind of situation. You can see things about the asphalt shingle man that came into town, as we like to say, is they at least protected the old wood. And the only thing you have is you do have nail holes, but those can be easily preserved. Now typically what we find is we'll find in some places that the wood will have to be replaced, and that typically is wood under window sills that gets water behind it, and lots of times the wood that is very down near, you can even see on the first 2 or 3 pieces, contact with the brick or the masonry to absorb water up into it. So one of the hardest things in putting a cost in, until you really do know, we go under the best estimate. But one of the things that's back there is interesting is you can see 2 ways of approaching it. The first house put vinyl, and this house put vinyl siding. The middle house kept and restored the siding. Now, it's a really tough battle. We don't have a lot of problems in this city with the Preservation Commission in a way, because this neighborhood is not seen by them as being one of the really important historic neighborhoods. If we were dealing in another city like Indianapolis and dealing with Lockerbie Square, or even dealing with the East Central neighborhood, you would get, because I'm on the Preservation Committee. Second goal is to provide, if you will, good restoration of historic architecture. And it's the same thing. You can look at the house on the corner and you can look at the second house, and I would love to be able to do that first house all the time, but there's no way we can afford to do that. That's the same quality materials that you're going to pay.
And have that open up and look at that while you're talking, just for a second.
And then start walking down?
Yeah, when I tell you to. Okay, that's good. Just start walking.
Okay, so we'll start walking down the street. So I guess that means that we're going to be out of here fairly soon. We think about it.
Okay.
And then this one, which was the last one, still needs some finishing up in terms of dealing with those board members. Pretty well done.
Great. Let me see my phone.
More?
Yeah.
And a CD, and unfortunately the contractor already had these much too large posts in here. We had really, because you can go to a lumber yard and you can actually get posts that look fairly close to that there, and these are just too heavy. This is actually quite a nice little house on it, and
Okay, go right ahead.
yeah, that's really good. Great, that's great. Yeah,
Go right ahead.
and then on this one, we're going to get the posts painted on that. Other than that, it's the only other thing that would be really important is hopefully is to start to try to get the landscape picked up as well. And that's it. And then you can even see here on this one house, there was probably a wrought iron fence that came down on top of that concrete edging over there, which created a little front yard. And those are the kinds of things. I mean, now this is the kind of thing that you just need to ultimately clean up really to make it full. And it falls in the same category as the street which start to regenerate.
Okay, you guys have just walk on out. Just
Okay.
finish talking real quick. Talk and then just
Okay.
walk on through. There you go.
So we'll little by little, but that one will be a really major, that'll be a real major one to complete.